lot of his people around him, you know, Cameron, Michael Irvin, and some people around that program believe that he basically may follow his son Shedeur to the NFL, right? Now, Deion has came out and already said that, hey, man, I'm staying in the NFL, I'm staying in college. You know, he always said he didn't want to coach a bunch of grown men, that he just really wanted to deal with the children and help the children. I think that's his calling. You know, a lot of people say a lot of things about Deion, you know, but the thing about it with me is, you know, when you get out there in the business world, you know, certain things you got to do. Especially you want to be in entertainment. You want to be in sports, there's certain things you got to do, or you might as well just keep your mouth shut. But what I will say about Deion is I think it's, you know, he got to let his son do his thing. He got to let Shedeur do his thing. It's time for Shedeur and Shiloh just to go out there and be their own man. You know, and I'm going to talk about him also controlling where they go in the draft, Travis Hunter and Shedeur. So, yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for him to allow him to spread his wings. I think it's time for him to let Shedeur go be his own man. At some point, we all got to let our kids go. Now, I heard the interview Shedeur did on Come Talk With Me, or It Is What It Is, whatever you want to call it, with Mason Camp. He basically said that he was going to FAU with Willie Taggart. He said his father did not force him to come to Jackson State. He said his father really didn't want him to go to Jackson State because he didn't want to say his father messed his career up. He wanted him to go do his own thing. He didn't want to be responsible for Shedeur's destiny, right? He wanted him to do his thing. And then, you know, for the most part, he pretty much changed his mind and, you know, and joined his dad at Jackson State. So I think it's just time for him to allow him to go be a man. And, you know, let him be in somebody else's hand, football-wise, you know. And it's going to be hard, you know, going into the NFL, being a quarterback, that shit is hard. You know, his son seemed to be a good quarterback. He get a lot of hate. I see him do interviews. I think he mean well. He's a teenager. You know, and you wonder why a lot of, and I'm going to talk about this on the Patreon, a lot of black people hate productive men. Now, we always talk about how the women go, the Keishas go, or the black productive women go, or all the black women go, most of them go for the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Even though I wouldn't consider them bad boys, right? It's a difference, but it is what it is. You know, but a lot of the brothers inside the society, they pedestalize those type of dudes. And they be critical of productive dudes. And what's so funny is what really sparked this idea when I'm doing this video on the Patreon was I was actually watching the interview that All the Smoke, Stevens Jackson, and Matt Barnes did with Skip Bayless. And it was like, yeah, we don't really like what Shannon did, the Black and Miles and the Hennessy. It was stereotypical and all this type of shit, right? And I'm just thinking, this is the same Steven Jackson. And I got love for Captain Jack, man. This is the Steven Jackson that was going through Chicago, checking in and claiming a gang and wearing the flag and, you know, doing all this, saying all this wild shit and doing all this wild shit. It's so funny when you doing something productive as a black man, right? Everybody, and you do something people don't like, they harsher on you than people that pump poison in their community. And I ain't just talking about street pharmacists. I'm talking about rappers. I'm talking about these thought rappers. They ain't got nothing to say about them. Oh, he out here buffooning and raccooning. That's cool, right? It is what it is. I don't like it neither. But a lot of your people directly killing the culture. Y'all don't have nothing to say about the street pharmacists and the rappers and the mothers that do that shit and that. Man, like I said, I don't mean to venture off. That's what I be saying, man. Like, they be hard on dudes getting, you know, it's just jealousy. It's just jealousy. So, yeah, my thing about Deion is, yeah, let your old son spread his wings, in my opinion. It's time. It's time to allow him to spread his wings, man, and, you know, and go on. And I think he understands that. We, you know, as parents, your people understand that. You know, your kid about to make a decision. You already know, whether when they adults, you know, whether in this generation for sure, You tell them not to do something, they gonna do it regardless. And that's why you see a lot of times with men, especially with their sons, they'll tell their sons, woo, 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 and they go do what they told them not to do. A lot of men just let their ass suffer. They don't let their daughters suffer like that. They always bail their daughters out. We understand that dynamic. But yeah, you know, a lot of dudes be like, okay, you made your decision, you gotta live with it, and that's the life lesson. But in this generation, the kids don't listen to shit. They don't listen to absolutely nothing. You wasting your time. You tell them, hey, do this, do that, it's a wrap. You know, but on the other side of the video, man, I'm hearing Deion, he's been saying this for the last couple of seasons, that he's going to control, you know, he's going to tell teams that he don't want Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, he don't want them on, not to draft them. And he said he'll do it behind the scenes. He won't be vocal about it, which is going to leak regardless. We know it. And a lot of people, you know, every time somebody black do something, it's a problem. You know, when Archie did it, it was all class. And, you know, you do what's best for your he said Travis Hunter, his son, too. You do what's best for your son. Because the type of organization you go to can make or break you. Everybody thinking Stroud went to the Carolina Panthers that he was going to be a superstar. No, it's a toxic organization. Shannon Sharp just said on one of his episodes of Nightcap that he said, you know, people in that organization that's miserable and hate working there for David Tepper. I was gonna say, oh, we had CJ Stroud. Like, nah, nigga, I was a Lions fan. I seen talent transcend the SOL, the same old Lions. And I seen guys that would have been talented fall victim to it. I seen guys sign free agent contracts to get their money and stop, you know, and get here and don't want to play no more, just want to get the bag. So when you have that toxic aura over an organization, a lot of times, man, it takes a truly, truly transcendent talent to uplift that franchise. And those, you lucky, and that got to be at the quarterback position, for real. Maybe you lucky if you find a Ray Lewis or something like that, but usually that got to be at the quarterback position. We know how hard that is. So, like I said before, I think he's right to protect his sons. He's right. He played in this league. He know a lot about these organizations. He know a lot of scouts. He know how they moving and amount of, you know, and what they doing and what they not doing. And it'd be interesting if he let his son go to New York, because I felt like maybe if Zach Wilson wouldn't have went to the Jets, he probably would have been successful. You know, Aaron Rodgers ain't even fucking successful in New York. You know? So that's one thing that a lot of people got to think about. There's just certain organizations, there's certain guys that can uplift the organization. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, but a lot of times those are few far in between. A Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? A Peyton Manning. Other than that, it's few far in between. So I agree with his decision to do that. You protect your kid. Now, a team may draft him. You know, a team may draft him. You know, still, they don't want to go too in. You know, do they sit out, wait to get drafted again, go back to Colorado, not sign an agent? I don't know. But I agree with him. But it is time to let his son go spread his wings and, you know, figure it out in the league. But you got to understand, he has the greatest mentor that a man can have. And that's not just because Deion was in the NFL. He got a father, an involved father. You know, I heard Marvin Harrison, they asked him why did he retire. They heard he retired because, asked him why he retired. He said, I retired to raise my sons. He said it was an easy decision for me to drop my career for my sons. He said it was an easy decision. That didn't go viral. They asked him, they said, hey man, you know, you kind of walked away. You was pretty good still. He said, I did it for my sons, and it was an easy decision. Easy decision. Men do the real sacrificing. Man will sacrifice his dreams, will sacrifice his goals, will sacrifice his life for his family. You can't say the same about women. They not sacrificing shit for how they feel and their happiness. that's what make the male and female dynamic work. You got a sacrificer and you got a selfish motherfucker. You know, rarely you get two people that sacrifice. Only time they start sacrificing is when they got to do it on their own. But you know what? I'm not gonna venture off into that. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App $CJ Good313. Venmo CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.